What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over Jedi the Fallen Order. Now, they recently released gameplay footage of the game, and there are a few things that I liked and a few things, I had a few gripes with, and I wanted to cover that in this video. So getting right into it, we're going to tackle the run. Now, for me, the run looks kind of funky, and the reason why I say that is because the elbows, when running, they're pretty high. In some cases, it almost hits a 90-degree angle. Going into the jump, the landing for me feels a bit stiff. When we contrast this with, once again, the Uncharted series, one thing I loved about the Uncharted is that their physics are really solid and really well done. So anytime Drake does a big jump or even sometimes a medium jump, he gives this like two-handed touch when he hits the ground, and it gives a lot of weight shown. So moving forward in the demo, that brings us to the rope swing. Rope switches over to the other hand in mid-swing. Little glitch there. Hopefully that's fixed in the final game. The lightsaber. I'm liking the lightsaber. I think he holds it out awkwardly a little bit to turn it on. And it's a similar animation for when he goes to turn it off. He brings his arm out and turns it off, and then he brings his arm out and turns it on. It's an interesting choice, but it is what it is. We go on to the force push. Love this. I have to say I love this force push. You really feel the power in him because the poses are great. The great reversals, you bringing his arm back, strong pose, great reversals. Love the pose. I love that he opens the door because I know in Force Unleashed, it would take a few times to get the door open, that you would have to charge up force push, charge up force push. In this, it seems like he's really powerful where he can just open the door in one push. Now, the walk with the lightsaber, it felt a little ditzy to me. And the reason why I say it's a little ditzy walk is because there's a lot of side to side in that walk, which gives him more of a ditzy feel, gives him more of a newbie feel. And given that, you are early on into the gameplay, this is completely understandable. So that may be a nice little touch to it. So when it comes to the swing attack, of him jumping off from the swing and going to the attack, you can't help but mention the Uncharted series. And that's one thing that stuck out to me. It's very similar to the animation of Drake jumping from the rope and going down and punching a person. The only thing is Drake holds his punch a little longer, and there's a subtle camera zoom that happens. It's really subtle, but it's great. And the great thing about him holding that punch is that when he goes to actually release the punch and punch the person, it's snappy, it's quick, and you feel the impact. Now, perhaps a subtle little change to this animation is that he brings out the lightsaber faster, which will allow that pose to read in the player's eyes, and then when he goes to the slash, it would have a greater impact. Also, the lightsaber, it would be just a beautiful thing to see this lightsaber actually dismember some bodies. I have to say it. I know it's a little bit morbid, but to see if he were to lightsaber this guy and cut him in half, that would be amazing. Because right now it just feels like he got hit with the stick because he just bounces off. Now, this leads us to the running animation of him pulling out the lightsaber. I absolutely love this. I almost love this more than the force push. Because once he takes out the lightsaber, he hits his pose with his right and his left hand, and it's like he's ready. He feels ready to take on anything that's coming his way. And that is such a great feeling to have as a player, to take out that lightsaber. It kind of reminds me of Wolverine game, where you get the option to take out his blades, his adamantium claws. And that feeling of him taking out his claws, you just feel empowered as the player. Next animation that I love is the healing animation. I absolutely love this. I love that he anticipates where his droid is going to be throwing out the healing pill or the healing shot, and he grabs it. I love the reverse S curve he does and puts it in his shoulder. I love everything about that. This brings us to some of the attack animations, and I'm only going to cover the 3-hit attack. It's a basic, standard animation in games, the 3-hit attack. And with this, it almost feels like the same animation from Force Unleashed. But Force Unleashed, in my opinion, had a little better posing. Now, if you look at the posing of this and compare it with the Force Unleashed, frame for frame, because if you look at the animation, you can tell that the animators definitely looked at Force Unleashed for reference. Just by the animation, just by this 3-hit combo. The transition to the last hit is a little different, but other than that, it's pretty much the same animation. Now, hopefully we don't see this reoccur with other attack animations, but I just thought that was interesting to note. One thing I also love is the finishing move with the spider, where he dismembers the spider legs. Great posing. One thing I would also make just a little change is to have the lightsaber point up instead of facing towards the spider. I understand it's more of a combatant pose, but I think the lightsaber pointing up would give a better silhouette. When he jumps up, the left arm's arcs are a little wonky, and I think that would also help with the lightsaber pointing up. It would be a smoother transition. The finish is strong. I love everything about that. So given what we've seen so far, I feel like a lot of the animations are, a little rough. I think they can definitely be smoothed out. They got some time to smooth it out. But overall, I feel like there's a great sense of quality to this game, and I'm looking forward to play it when it comes out. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think when it comes to the animation of this game, whether or not you're excited to get it, or whether or not you've even pre-ordered it. Either or, hope you guys have a great day, and until next time, keep animating.